Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something that seems really simple on the surface, but actually has layers upon layers of meaning. Nepali greetings.
Right. And most people, when they think of Nepal, they probably think of one word immediately.
Yeah, namaste. It's pretty much universal, isn't it?
It is. And it's a wonderful starting point,
Mhm.
truly. But it's really just a starting point, like the front door to a much bigger house.
A house filled with respect, hierarchy, um, deep cultural connections, things most visitors might not even realize are there.
Exactly. So our goal today in this deep dive is really to give you the keys to those other rooms, to help you understand not just what to say, but, why these greetings matter so much in Nepali culture.
That's spot on. It actually reminds me of this story I heard. A tourist in Tamil, the busy part of Kathmandu.
Hmm.
This young guy, probably his first time in Asia, sees this elderly man, a baji, like a grandfather figure, walking with a stick.
Okay.
And the tourist, meaning well, totally friendly, gives a little wave and goes, "Namaste, bro."
Oh, wow.
Bro. Yeah. And look, the old man wasn't offended. He just smiled and nodded. But you could almost like feel this gap.
Uh-huh. Between the friendly intention and the, let's say, culturally appropriate level of respect.
Exactly. The tourist had the word namaste, but he completely missed the music behind it.
That's a perfect way to put it. Missing the music. And that's what we want to explore today, the music behind the words.
Great. So let's start unpacking this. Level one, the one everyone knows.
Right. Level one, namaste. Pronounced namaste. Most people think hello, and yes, it functions that way, but it's so much richer.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me. The word itself, namas means to bow or revere, and te means to you. So literally.
Literally, I bow to you.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then there's the spiritual layer, which is just
Well,
beautiful.
that's about that.
Well, when you do the gesture, the Anjali Mudra palms pressed together at the chest, slight bow of the head,
Yeah.
you're essentially saying the divine light in me bows to the divine light in you.
Wow. Okay, stop right there. Think about that. Not just hi. It's seeing the divine in the other person.
Precisely. It's profound, really.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it works for everyone. Friends, shopkeepers, strangers, people your own age. It's the great equalizer.
The great equalizer. I love that. A sign of mutual respect. So getting that namaste right with real warmth, that takes you pretty far, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I'd say that gets you like 90% of the way there in most daily interactions in Nepal. Genuine warmth is key.
Okay, Nepal has a strong sense of hierarchy, right? Respect for elders, seniority. Are there times when namaste, even a warm one, just isn't quite enough, doesn't capture the full depth needed?
You've hit on a really crucial point there.
Yes.
While namaste is your bedrock, your universal greeting, there are definitely situations calling for a different level of acknowledgement, a deeper respect.
And that's where level two comes in.
Exactly. Level two is darsan. That's D-A-R-S-A-N, pronounced sort of like darshan.
Darsan. Okay. And this one doesn't have a simple English equivalent, does it? I read it means something like to have an audience with or get a glimpse of someone revered.
That's a good way to put it. It implies seeing someone worthy of high respect. So you wouldn't use this for just anyone. It's specifically for elders.
Like parents, grandparents.
Parents, yes, aunts, uncles,
Mm.
also teachers, maybe your boss, anyone in a position of authority or seniority whose wisdom you really respect.
Okay. And the gesture, is it different from namaste?
It's similar hands still pressed together in the Anjali Mudra, but the bow is noticeably deeper, more deliberate. It's a clear physical signal.
What's the signaling?
It's saying, I recognize your experience. I honor your position. I'm here to listen and learn from you. It's an active show of deference.
That's really interesting. So it's more than just politeness. It's actively upholding that respect for experience and wisdom. It feels like it reinforces the social fabric.
It absolutely does. Think about that example, seeing a former university professor on the street.
Right. You wouldn't just give a casual namaste.
No. You'd pause, bring your hands together, give that deeper bow, and say, Darsan, sir, or Darsan, madam. It immediately clicks back into that respectful student-teacher dynamic, even years later.
It's a nonverbal cue that maintains that social structure.
Exactly. It's a beautiful way Nepali culture values the wisdom of elders and, keeps the family unit and community structure strong. It's all interconnected.
Okay, so we have namaste for equals, darsan for elders and respected figures. What about the absolute highest level of reverence? For someone you see as, I don't know, almost sacred in your life?
Ah, yes. That brings us to level three. Dog, pronounced D-H-O-G. D-H-O-G. Dog.
And this isn't just a word or a gesture, is it? It's described as a full act of reverence.
It really is. It's quite profound. To give dog involves actually bowing down low and touching the feet of the person you're greeting.
Wait, really? You literally touch their feet?
Yes. You touch their feet with your hands, and then you bring your hands up to touch your own forehead or head.
Wow. Okay, what's the symbolism there? That feels incredibly significant.
It's deeply symbolic. In the culture, the head is seen as the most sacred part of the body, right? And the feet are the most humble, touching the earth.
Okay.
So by touching their feet, the lowest part, and then bringing that touch to your own head, the highest part, you're symbolically taking the dust from their feet.
The dust from their feet.
Yeah, like the essence of their journey, their experience, their wisdom, and you're taking it onto yourself as a blessing. It's an act of profound humility and respect.
That's incredibly powerful. So who receives dog? This clearly isn't for your boss or even just any older relative.
Absolutely not. This is reserved for the most revered figures,
Hmm.
primarily your grandparents, and also sometimes very high spiritual teachers like lamas or gurus. It's a very specific, very high honor.
And you see this most often during Dashain, right? The
Yeah.
food festival.
Yeah, exactly. During Dashain, especially on the main day, younger family members receive a tika, that blessing of rice and red powder on the forehead, from their elders.
Mm.
Before receiving the tika, especially from grandparents, it's very common for the younger person to perform a full tog, touching their feet first. It's often a very emotional moment, that intergenerational connection and blessing.
You know, what strikes me is how physical these greetings are. The hands together, the bowing, actually touching feet.
Right.
It's so much more embodied than, say, a quick handshake or a nod.
That's a great observation. Yes, the physical expression of respect is really central. It's not just about the words. The body language, the gesture, makes the respect tangible, visible. It reinforces those core values of humility and deference very directly.
Okay, let's just quickly recap those 3 levels for everyone listening.
Sure. So level 1, Namaste. That's for everyone, mutual respect, your go-to.
Right. Level 2, Darsan. For elders, teachers, bosses, people you honor for their position and wisdom. Deeper bow.
Correct. And level 3, Dog. The ultimate act of devotion, touching the feet. Reserved for grandparents, high spiritual figures.
Got it. So what does this mean practically for someone visiting Nepal? A tourist, a guest in someone's home? It sounds potentially complex.
Well, the first piece of advice is actually really simple. Rule number 1. A warm, genuine namaste is always okay. Always. 100% the right choice.
Safe harbor. No one gets offended by a heartfelt namaste.
Exactly. You really can't go wrong with that as your default.
Okay. And the second piece of advice was about observing.
Yes. If you get invited into a Nepali home, which is a wonderful experience, just watch. Be aware. You'll likely see these different greetings happening naturally.
You might see a son give darsan to his father.
And then maybe see that same father give dog to his own mother, the grandmother of the house. It plays out right in front of you.
So observation is key. Now, should a visitor try to perform darsan or dog?
Oh, definitely not dog. That's really not expected or necessary for a guest at all. For Darsan, it's more nuanced. You're not expected to, but...
But maybe showing you understand. Like if you meet the 80-year-old host grandmother.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't necessarily say Darsan, but maybe when you offer your namaste, you give a slightly deeper bow than you normally would. Just a little bit lower.
What does that signal?
It signals, I see you. I recognize your age and importance in this family. I'm paying attention. It shows you've observed, you understand, even if you don't use the specific word.
And that small gesture, that extra bit of awareness, probably goes a long way.
Oh, it opens hearts. It
Yeah.
really does. It shows respect, not just in word, but in understanding the cultural context. It can make a huge difference in how you connect with people.
So really, this whole system, it's not just etiquette, is it? It's much deeper than just manners.
Not at all just manners. It's like the invisible thread holding the social fabric together. It's a constant, subtle reminder of where you come from, who paved the way, the importance of elders, the value of humility.
It reinforces that interconnectedness, generation to generation.
Precisely, how each generation stands on the shoulders of the previous one. It's all woven into these simple acts of greeting.
So there you have it, a glimpse into a whole worldview, really hidden within the simple act of saying hello in Nepal. It's connection, respect, even divinity, all wrapped up in these greetings.
Yeah, it's much more than just namaste.
Hopefully this deep dive has kind of taken apart that idea of namaste and then built it back up into something even richer, even more meaningful for you. And that leaves us with something for you, the listener, to think about. What's the most interesting or perhaps surprising greeting you've encountered or learned about from a different culture? Something to mull over.